YouTube, I missed you. I've been really busy. So today is like a three-part video, all flavors. So first things first, update. What have I been doing? Forming a limited liability company, um, incorporating a network of over 100,000 human intelligence agents with no paper trail, with no incomes that are traceable, with currently held positions in all forms of industry across all 11 sectors. We got people in classified intelligence currently active. We have elected officials. We have, again, no paper trail, no physical address, and intrinsic value and market value and experience going back over 2 decades. So working on that, going public, hopefully sometime this year, probably next year. And that's going to be an S corporation with a stock, most likely. So we might just stay private because the value of what we do is impacted and can be irreparably damaged by public exposure. So, moving right along. Second thing, this is more political narrative. I've been doing research on trends and micro trends and algorithmic data processing and its effect on the narrative of the media. I just recently came across some data about the Pelosi family. You know how I feel about her. Whatever, that shit's below me. What's interesting is that 3 or 4 times a year since Donald Trump has been in office, since Donald Trump has been serving in office as the president, so this shit is so brilliant. If I had the platform that she does, I'd be doing the same thing. But it also points out her hypocrisy, so I'll lay it out for you. What the family does is, from what it looks like, they're watching Facebook's metric, user, they call it this, there's this terminology that Facebook uses, it escapes me now, but it's like user engagement basically, or like credit saturation. But basically the logic is that people tend to engage more when they're in good moods and feeling good about the news and all the little macro influences on their lives. Most of the people that use Facebook heavily are unemployed or are students or are of the younger generation, right? So what that equates to, and the sum of that, is that Facebook's metric for that user saturation engagement, or whatever you want to call it, is heavily based on the disposition of a lot of malcontented, disaffected young people who tend towards not working and wanting the government to swoop in like Big Daddy and solve all their problems with absolutely zero effort given. Pelosi's have somehow got this market cornered. They've identified this financial moat where anytime this stock price, it's based on the stock price, gets to a certain candle on the red, the Democratic Party initiates bullshit, which drives up the user saturation engagement and all the media ad pricing, affiliate license marketing bullshit for Facebook during that week, in turn driving their volume in the open market, which bumps their stock. Pelosi's husband buys put and call options on the front and back end 30 to 45%, sometimes 50% below the marketplace value. February 11th, he bought 3,000 shares of Facebook, almost 30% discounted from the market value. Nancy Pelosi went on a tirade, pumped the stock prices based on user metric data because she was in there having googly eyes. Her husband sold the stock on the strength of that bump for a cool profit of $500,000. They've done that shit 4 times a year for the last 4 years. $20 million complaining, and then reinvesting that into dividend stocks, blue chip stocks. The guy's probably got a fucking portfolio that looks like the S&P 500 spread out crazily, and he's just reaping it in. And he does this every so his googly-eyed crazy Alzheimer's wife goes on and talks a bunch of shit, bunch of people without jobs that will never pay into the system go communistic mouth frothy. And then the FANG stocks on the back end, really, the people who lose the money are the people who are earnestly invested into the future and trying to build the future around us and make everything better, support the system with liquid. Instead, you got these rope-a-dope goofball political class who don't have real skills except riling up the population and social conditioning a bunch of people to be rubes. So, that's that. It's kind of upsetting, but I like I said, if I was in a position of power and I was surrounded by dumb fucking people who wanted handouts, I'd be tempted to become an evil reptile too. Tempted, I said, not do it. But if I had that Nancy Pelosi money, you know what I would do? I would build a crazy $1 billion kitty shelter, and you'd never see me again. I just wanted to say hello to everybody out there. Hope you're doing well. I will be posting less frequently. It's a lot of work to get something that is this large off the ground and maintaining the value and the unique intrinsic value that we're going to sell to our eventual consumers. And on that note, we don't advertise, really. We approach clients on the back end with informational commodities that can either save them money or make them money. So, yeah, that's all. Trying to just, upgrades, constantly increasing my influence, and I was thinking about getting serious about getting my pilot's license for commercial work, but changing my mind. Private sector and the nature of aerospace and defense over the next 10 years is going to give me different opportunities. I'm not going to have to deal with that shit. So, there's a lot going on. Don't really have that much time for YouTube, but I wanted to say what up. I'm thinking about giving you guys some tips, financial stuff. I don't know if you'd be into that much. It's something I've done for a while, but I don't really talk about it. It's kind of a private thing. People get weird. Most people don't like talking about money. But I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind making a little extra. And I don't mind helping you guys out. Got to take my vitamin C. I had the flu real bad. Don't get the flu. Also, I'm reading this. Real good book. Mossad killed Jim Morrison because he was a goddamn Palestinian liberation sympathizer. Good job, Mossad. Fuck those guys. Doesn't matter who it is. Ghost Riders in the sky. Well, yeah, you are now Ghost Rider in the sky because you're a goddamn commie asshole fucking subversive clandestine agent for the enemy. He got the measles, he sure did. Check that book out if you want to know what I'm talking about. It's pretty gnarly. That's in like the first 100 pages. So, before I get the measles and say too much and they find me with an ice bullet up my ass, love you guys. Hope you're doing well. Be safe out there. God bless. Save your money. Invest that shit. It's only going to go up.